Welcome to our deep dive on the unprecedented surge in visa revocations and the expanding policy of continuous vetting. Today, we will explain what the data shows, what is driving cancellations, how continuous vetting works, and what visa holders can do to reduce risk. We will also discuss civil liberties concerns and include practical, non-legal guidance. Let's get started. Here is our roadmap. First, we will clarify what is happening. Next, we will review the numbers. Then, we will explain how continuous vetting works. After that, we will cover actionable steps visa holders can consider. We will also present the civil liberties debate, highlight common triggers and mitigations, test your knowledge with a couple of quizzes, and finally summarize key takeaways. Before we begin, a crucial note. This video is for general information and education only. It is not legal advice. Immigration policies and enforcement practices can change quickly, and your situation may be unique. For personalized guidance, consult a qualified immigration attorney. Authorities have reportedly revoked approximately 85,000 visas across categories within a few months. This is more than double the figure from the previous year. Officials attribute nearly half of the revocations to criminal offenses, such as DUI, theft, and assault. However, many remaining cancellations are less transparent and sometimes cite vague reasons, like visa expiration issues or alleged support for terrorism. Thousands of student visas were included. This surge is tied to continuous vetting, where eligibility is constantly reevaluated, and a visa can be canceled swiftly if new information suggests ineligibility. Let's quantify the surge. Approximately 85,000 visas have reportedly been canceled in just a few months. This more than doubles the previous year's tally. Nearly half of these revocations are attributed by officials to criminal offenses, such as driving under the influence, theft, and assault. Thousands of student visas are included. The remainder of cancellations are less transparent, with some referencing visa expiration issues or alleged support for terrorism. Overall, the data indicates a significant escalation in enforcement intensity. This timeline depicts the evolution of continuous vetting. Around 2019, early pilots explored continuous checks. By 2021, interagency data sharing expanded. In 2023, automation and additional data sources improved coverage. By 2024, systems enabled rapid, sometimes real-time, cancellations at scale. The diagram emphasizes that vetting is no longer a one-time event at issuance, but persists throughout the visa's life. Continuous vetting uses automated and human processes to recheck visa eligibility across multiple sources: law enforcement records, travel history and entry-exit data, student systems like SEVIS, and certain public activities. Automated tools raise risk flags, which analysts then review. Outcomes may include no action, a request for additional documentation, or revocation. Importantly, if new adverse information surfaces, cancellation can be immediate. For students, academic status changes and SEVIS updates can become relevant signals. Here are practical, non-legal steps. First, scrupulously follow all laws. Criminal activity can trigger immediate actions. Second, understand your visa terms, such as I-94 details and SEVIS, or employment authorization requirements. Third, maintain documentation including enrollment and address updates. Fourth, verify that your travel and entry-exit history is accurate. Fifth, be mindful of public activities. While free speech is protected in many contexts, violations of law or terms of stay may be scrutinized. Sixth, respond promptly to any official notices or requests for evidence. Seventh, keep contact details current with your school, employer, and relevant agencies. Finally, consult qualified counsel for advice tailored to your situation. On one side, proponents argue continuous vetting enhances public safety, allows real-time responses to new risk information, deters fraud, and modernizes screening through better data sharing. On the other side, critics raise concerns about government overreach and potential arbitrariness, possible chilling effects on free speech and association, lack of transparency in criteria, and disproportionate impacts on students and people engaged in public demonstrations. This debate addresses the balance between security and civil liberties. This table lists common triggers and potential effects. For criminal charges like DUI or theft, risk is high and immediate review is likely. Status violations such as unauthorized work can lead to alerts and cancellations. Inaccurate records or overstays may generate administrative flags. Public activities could be interpreted as security concerns in some cases. Failure to respond to requests for evidence can result in adverse inferences. Possible mitigations include consulting counsel, correcting records, filing timely extensions when applicable, and maintaining accurate documentation. Quiz time. Which option is most likely to trigger immediate visa revocation under continuous vetting? Option A. A lawful, peaceful demonstration while following all rules. Option B. A DUI charge recorded in a law enforcement database. Option C. Changing your phone number without telling friends. Option D. Buying a plane ticket months in advance. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. A DUI charge recorded in a law enforcement database is a high-priority signal that can prompt immediate review and potential revocation. Lawful, peaceful demonstrations do not automatically lead to revocation, though actions must comply with the law and visa terms. Changing a phone number or buying a plane ticket are not typical triggers by themselves. Here is a quick reference sheet. First, visa and status are distinct. A visa permits travel to a port of entry, while status governs your stay. Continuous vetting means ongoing eligibility checks drawing from multiple sources. For students, SEVIS status and updates are important. Edge. Administrative revocations can occur for non-criminal reasons, such as documentary issues or expirations. Critics emphasize due process concerns, including transparency, notice, and appeal processes. A practical tip is to maintain both digital and physical copies of essential documents and to monitor I-94 records regularly. Second quiz. What best describes continuous vetting? Option A is a one-time background check at visa issuance. Option B is a periodic check every 5 years. Option C is an ongoing, always-on review that can trigger action if new information arises. Option D applies only to student visas. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section. The correct answer is C. Continuous vetting is an ongoing process that reevaluates eligibility continuously and can lead to rapid action when new information becomes available. It is not a one-time event, not limited to 5-year intervals, and not restricted to student visas. This state diagram models student status. The active state represents compliant enrollment. A reduction in enrollment or other warnings may move a student to probation, which can return to active once corrected. A risk flag can shift status to under review, which may either clear back to active or proceed to revoked if issues are confirmed. Overstays or unauthorized work can move status to out of status, and a reinstatement filing may shift it to under review. SEVIS updates help drive these transitions. These are the key takeaways. Revocations surged to roughly 85,000 in a short period, more than doubling last year's figure. Nearly half are linked to criminal offenses. Other cancellations are less transparent. Continuous vetting requires maintaining eligibility at all times. Students are significantly affected, making SEVIS compliance essential. The broader debate centers on security versus civil liberties. Practical steps include strict legal compliance, accurate documentation, and prompt responses to official requests. In summary, we examined the surge in revocations, outlined how continuous vetting operates, and proposed practical steps to safeguard status. We discussed both the security rationale and civil liberties concerns, flagged common triggers, and suggested ways to respond effectively. The main message is to stay informed, maintain compliance, and seek expert legal counsel for your specific circumstances. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. We would love to read your thoughts and questions in the comments. Let us know what aspects you want us to unpack next.